Hello, Team Cardfight United and anyone else who may be watching this video. It's been 3.5 years, Mac found Pokemon Y, and I have escaped my ex-girlfriend's bathtub. Let's get this deck profile started. Back, everybody. I'm here today with an Alfred style deck profile. It's
wait a minute, who are you? You haven't introduced yourself yet.
Suck my blaster blade. Hello, everybody. My name's Chief from Team Cardfight United, or my nickname, I guess you could call it. Call sign? Nickname? Middle name? I'm Chief from Team Cardfight United. I'm here today with a deck build on the Alfred archetype. I hate English. For the clan of Royal Paladin. It's one of my personal favorite builds. I've been playing Royal Paladin all 5 years, so I know the in and outs of it pretty well. I've dabbled in a little bit of Shadow Paladin and Link Joker, of course, because, you know, gotta add a little darkness to the light. That's just how I play. My phone just went off. Fuck my life. Okay, let's get started. Starting Vanguard, Guidepost Sage Elron. Gotta run him. He's beautiful starting Vanguard. He's got the Forerunner ability, 5,000 power, of course. Counterblast 1, put him into the Soul. If you have a Vanguard with Alfred in its card name, Alfred build, of course you're going to have a Vanguard with Alfred in its name. Search your deck for up to grade 2 or less card not named Guidepost Sage Elron. Call it to rear and shuffle deck. Beautiful field supporter. He can set up your combos really well, really easily, really fast with just a Counterblast, and that's not even with any type of generation break or anything. He's just, anytime you want it, boom, he's right there. So yeah, moving on to triggers. Now keep in mind, this is a personal deck build of mine. I prefer to have more flexibility when it comes to certain timings and abilities and such. So my trigger lineup and rest of my deck build may be a little off from what you would expect, but I run 6 critical, 4 Seeker Hollow Breath Dragon, and 2 Seeker Motorons, Impact Seeker Motorons. 6 crit, it's pretty standard. 4 stand triggers. I love stand triggers, honestly, because first of all, a lot of people don't really expect them in Royal Paladin. If you look around for meta, at least they prefer just like 12 crits and 4 heals. But I love this stand trigger in particular. Encourage Angel, she's beautiful. Generation Break 1, placed on the rear guard. You can choose up to 2 units, have those units gain 3,000 power, and return this unit to the deck. So if you get it in starting hand, it doesn't even matter. Just save it till you get to your grade 3 stride, pop it onto the field, and bring it right back into the deck. It's a beautiful card, very, very versatile. Gives 6,000 to your field, 3 to 2 different units. You put 6 in a column, which would easily give you your 21Ks, your 26K columns. It's an absolutely beautiful card. Beautiful unit, and I love it. I run 2 draw triggers, 2 Margol. You just need draw power. You need draw power just for defensive reasons, and this will add cards to your soul. You know, call her onto the field, put her in the soul, 3,000 to any unit of your choice. Little good boost, and combos pretty well with King of Knights Vanguard Ezel, since he does require that Soul Blast. So if you have any of the cards that you need to Soul Blast, you know, you can just pop a Margol in, and boom, you're good right there. And of course, as always, unless you run Angel Feather, 4 heal triggers. Shout out to Angel Feather. F you guys. Okay.
Also, Spike Brothers can afford to run maybe 2.
Oh,
maybe.
God, don't even. Okay. Moving on to grade 1s. One of the most difficult, and freaking the cops are in the background. I didn't do it this time. They're probably after my ex, because I was hiding in her bathtub. Please. Please. Anyways. Battle Song Angel. Once again, very beautiful card, very versatile, very strong, and nearly impossible to freaking find. It's got Generation Break 1 if you have 2 or more other grade 1 or less regards, so basically your back row. It gains plus 2,000 power, turning it into a 9K booster, and resist on Vanguard, Rearguard, or Guardian Circle, which means it cannot be targeted by your opponent's effects, which is awesome, because Link Joker can't hit it, Kagero can't hit it, anything that would hit it can't hit it unless they attack it.
Or
so,
unless they target everything at once, but that's
right.
different.
4 perfect guards. Obviously, I run currently 3 of the trial deck and 1 defending Seeker Chiron. That's just due to restrictions on my budget and such, I'm working on getting the Unflipper Perfect Guards, obviously, which, you know, I don't really want to run the Brave because that's not my deck build, first of all. Secondly, I think it's kind of dumb that you need to have 3 cards in hand for it to work. But the Unflipper Perfect Guard, the skill is when you Perfect Guard with it, drop a card. If you have a copy of it in the drop zone, you can unflip a damage. So, very, very nice. I run 2 Swordsman of Light Junos. I absolutely love this card. In the lore, he turns into the Blaster Dark, but who cares about that because he's freaking awesome. He's a 7k base. Once per turn, when a unit is placed on rear guard due to any effect from your cards, not just from deck, it can be from hand as long as it's using an effect, he gains plus 5,000 as long as you have a Vanguard with Alfred in its card name, which is awesome. It turns into a 12k booster, which again can hit those 21 columns, 26k columns super easily. If you bring him behind the Vanguard, that's just crazy for when you're on stride. He's just an awesome freaking unit. Next, I run 2 Knight of Steel Wing. Not the most common, sorry, just dropped my units. Not the most common of units, simply because he's a 6k grade 1. But I like to use him as my, you know, grade 1 ride. He's just awesome. You ride him up to grade 1. Whenever he is personally attacked, he gains 5,000, turning him into an 11k for that battle.
I just wanted to be the Vanguard, but honestly I'm feeling so attacked right now.
Exactly, and I mean, he can get attacked and you can just guard so easily if you don't want to, say you have him in your hand, you don't have any G0s in your hand, but you don't want to get damage down, your opponent grade 1 rushes you maybe, grade 2 rushes you if he goes first, you've got him on, that's an 11k Vanguard right there, super easy to guard. I only run 2 of them, but I find that that I get them pretty fairly. If you notice, I run a lot of 2 ofs, that's just a personal preference with me. Like I said, I like adaptability, I like a lot of options instead of just one straightforward strategy that if it's messed up, I can't go back to it. That's just my personal preference. Also, to finish it up, 2 Laurel Knight Sisylas. I know I don't run the Ultimate, but he is a good stride enabler. Even though I do run 8 grade 3s, I do need a stride enabler just in case I don't want to drop that grade 3 for whatever reason. Say like with Ezreal's skill, which I'll get to later. But yeah, it counts as a grade 3 whenever you drop him for stride. And last but not least, Swordsman of Light, Blaster Rapier Laura. Wonderful unit. I don't run 2 or 3 of it. Once again, just for personal preference. I just find that if I need to use it, I can use it. If I don't, it's a good rear guard, 7k. That's not bad at all by any circumstances. But it does have the effect of resist, which is awesome in case I do need to use it. And all of my Kingdom Knights Alfred in the same column as this unit gets power plus 1,000, turning him to an 11k on both your turn and the opponent's turn, which is awesome. My phone went off again. Oh my god. Anyways, that's my grade 1 lineup. On to grade 2. This is where things will probably get a little interesting and people might get a little mad at me because I run potentially one of the most unmeta meta deck builds known to mankind. 2 Knight of Twin Sword. Once again, great field filler. He counterblast 1 with Generation Break 1. Whenever he attacks the Vanguard, as long as he is boosted, you can search your deck for up to a grade 2, call it to the rear guard, and yeah, it's not even an on hit, just as long as he's boosted and you have Generation Break 1. Great card, 9k. Grade 2. I only run 2 of, just once again, personal preference. And you can call that unit to anywhere, you know, say you've got an empty column right there, anything. It's awesome. These are my stand-ins right now for Swordsman of Light, Blaster Axe Grawl. Haven't been able to get my hands on them yet. I am hoping to sometime soon. But right now I just have stand-ins Galatine and Absolute Blade Knight Livadro, 10k grade 2s. But what I'm going to go ahead and go into Blaster Axe's Grawl skill. He's a 9k grade 2. He's got the same skill as Junos. Whenever a unit is called to the rear guard due to any sort of effect from a unit, as long as you have Alfred in your Vanguard's name, he gains plus 5. So, which is a huge combo. Instantly, if you have him and Junos in the same column, that's 26k right there, right off the freaking bat. Unfortunately, of course, it is only once per turn, but that's fine because that's a 26k. That's fairly hard to guard. You have to drop 20k, and that's a rear guard, and it's just all these technicalities. But he's a beautiful, beautiful unit. I mean, these aren't that bad either, you know, but still. I run 2 Agreement Seeker Memprius. Amazing, amazing card. He gets grade 3s in your hand if you're grade locked, so you don't have to waste your time G-assisting. He's just for a counterblast. Of course, it is an on-hit skill, so people are probably going to guard him. But he can fill up your hand, he can get your skills off if you need grade 3s to drop, like with Ezel, which I'll explain later. He's just an awesome, awesome card. I absolutely love him. His official skill is Counterblast 1. When his attack hits a Vanguard, you can pay the cost. If you do, look up to 5 cards from the top of your deck, search for a grade 3, reveal it, and put it in your hand, and shuffle the rest back into your deck. Amazing, amazing unit. Highly suggest him because he's just that freaking awesome. 1 Blaster Blade Seeker.
Cue the fire! You've started a flame war!
1 Blaster Blade Seeker. I would say don't ask questions, but I know you're going to. Once again, going back to that personal preference, adaptability is just my thing. I just love unexpected things. People expect, oh, you run Blaster Blade Seeker, you must run freaking 10 of them. Nope. 1. Skill.
It's not legal.
Skill, Counterblast 1, placed on rear guard. If you have a Vanguard with Seeker in its card name, don't really have that. But hey, if I can use it, I'm gonna use it. You can pay the cost if you do. Choose your opponent's grade 2 or greater rear guard and retire it. Amazing, amazing unit. I run 2 Starlight Violinist. That's kind of messed up. I am so sorry. 2 Starlight Violinist. Once again, a freaking awesome unit. It is an 8K grade 2, but its skill does compensate for that. You Counterblast 1, Soul Blast 1 when it's placed on Vanguard or rear guard. You can pay the cost. If you do, search your deck for up to a grade 2 card not named Starlight Violinist, call it to rear guard, shuffle your deck. Yes, it does use a Soul Blast, but going back, that's why I do run Margal. And Elrond can also move into the Soul, so that's 3 little Soul Charges I can get right there. I usually use this when I have her in hand as my only grade 2, and I need to fill up my field in case I want to, rush my opponent. Also, I can just use her to call out Memprius if I have 2 counterblasts or whatever. Boom, boom, right there. I can ride her. She can hit, 13 with Elrond behind her. Call Memprius to a rear guard. Call anyone to a rear guard. Really freaking awesome, versatile, amazing field filler and combo card. 2 Knight of Fragment. He is an unflipper.
So many 2s.
Yes, so many 2s. 2 ofs every day, all day. Knight of Fragment. Amazing card. He unflips damage, gets you a soul charge as well, and he's an 11k attacker whenever you have Generation Break. So his skill reads, Generation Break 1. During your turn, if you have 2 or more grade 2 rear guards, including himself, so 1, 2, boom, right there, he gains plus 2,000, and when his attack hits a Vanguard, Soul Charge 1, choose a card from your damage zone, and turn it face up. So an Unflipper and a Soul Charger, that works absolutely amazing wonders for my Alfred build. In terms of Counterblast, say I need Memprius to, get his skill off, get some strides later on. Twin Sword skill, I need to unflip for that. Anything and everything. And he gets Soul Charge, which makes up for Starlight Violinist. So, and to top it off, I'm gonna 1 original Blaster Blade from Trial Deck 01, signed by none other than my idol, the captain, Team Absolution.
Here, bring that one up to the camera so they can see it. Scroll, bring it down. There it is.
It's just absolutely beautiful. It is my baby. It is my child, and I will sacrifice you if you try to touch it. Everyone should know his skill. If you don't, I'm gonna read it anyways. Counterblast 2, placed on Vanguard, pay the cost. If you do, retire any rear guard your opponent controls. Alternatively, Counterblast 2, placed on rear guard. If you have a Royal Paladin Vanguard, you can pay the cost. If you do, choose an opponent's grade 2 or greater rear guard and retire it. I've had this card all 5 years. I've used it in every single one of my builds, and I've only ever run one of it. And
Chi is his spirit animal.
Chi is my spirit animal, yes. Literally. You can ask anybody. He has only ever been damage checked twice. I think. Maybe a little, give or take like once, 1 or 2. So.
And he almost always gets in his hand.
Oh yeah. Love him. And if he's not in my hand, somewhere in my deck, just waiting. Just waiting. Okay, under grade 3s. I run 2 Seeker Exif. I know what you're going to say. Oh my god, you run Alfred, Seeker. You don't even run a Seeker build. What are you doing with your life? Kill yourself. No. First of all, he's an Alfred. Right off the frickin' bat. That's half my deck's skills right there.
Alfred!
Alfred. Secondly, he combos with a guy I'll get to in just a sec. Way better than the original King of Knights Alfred does. Thirdly, if I have a full field, which I 9 times out of 10 do whenever I've got him on grade 3, guess what? He may not gain plus 5,000, but he'll gain a freaking crit. And that's pressure. I don't care what you run, that's pressure. An extra crit from anywhere is pressure. So, yeah. You were saying? Thirdly, or fourthly, I forget, Legion. 4 cards, back to the deck, just like that. Becomes a 20k column by itself. So, blow me. Also, that's why I run Seeker Triggers, and that's why I run freaking Defending Seeker Chiron, which, in all honesty, I might not even run the Unflipper Perfect card. My phone went off again! Can we get a counter for that? Just, ba-ding! Yeah. So, yeah, Alfred Exif, his skill, 11k, grade 3. Legion with Blaster Blade or Blaster Blade Seeker. I only run one of each. Don't judge.
Hold on. Jump cut. Important things coming up. We will be right back. And we're back. Sorry about the mishap. Something happened. We had to take care of it, but we're back.
Life happens. Okay, back to Exif skill. I'll just reread it. Sorry about that. Legion, 20,000. Blaster Blade or Blaster Blade Seeker. I run both of those, obviously. You should know what Legion does. Hello, cat. During your turn, if this card is in Legion, it gets plus 1,000 for each of your other units with Seeker in its name. I know I don't run a Seeker build. 5,000 power to me just isn't really that important. However, it has a then, which means, get this, if the number of rear guards I have is 5 or greater, not just with Seeker, he gains plus 1 critical. So he's attacking with twin crit as long as he's in Legion and if I have a full field. Then I can counterblast 2 cards with Seeker in their card name.
Rear guards or just units?
Rear guards.
Okay.
5 more rear guards, yeah. Then I can counterblast 2 cards with Seeker in its card name, which is where my Seeker triggers come in. Search my deck for up to 1 card with Seeker in its name. I mean, if I need Memprius or whatever, maybe Blaster Blade Seeker, who knows. Call it to rear guard and shuffle my deck. I don't really use that skill that much, very often, obviously, because I can't really get to it that much. But he is a good Legion. He is an Alfred, which triggers my deck skills. Triggered! Yeah. And on to the unit that I mentioned beforehand. King's Adjutant Knight, Galahout. I cannot express how much I love this unit for multiple reasons. Let's dive in. First of all, his skill, counterblast 2. As soon as I ride him, counterblast 2, search my deck for an Alfred, write it on top. Then Superior Call him from Soul. So not only does that give me field filling, it's only for counterblast 2, and he has countercharge. Countercharge is whenever his attack hits a Vanguard. If I have a Vanguard with Alfred in its name, which I obviously will if I counterblast 2 and ride a unit with Alfred in its name, I countercharge 1. Secondly, that's a skill, which means this guy activates if I have him on the field, giving him plus 5,000 power. Also, Blaster Grawl, Axe Grawl would activate, giving that unit plus 5,000 power. So, all around great unit. Once again, the skill is Counterblast 2. When it's placed on my Vanguard, I may pay the cost. If I do, search my deck for up to 1 card with Alfred in its card name, write it as stand, and shuffle my deck. If I wrote a card, choose a 1 card named King Adjutant's Knight Galahout from my soul, and call it to rear guard. Boom, right there. Second skill, from rear guard circle, when its attack hits a Vanguard, if I have a Vanguard with Alfred in its card name, countercharge 1. Amazing, amazing unit. I also will probably get some flame for this. 2 King of Knights Vanguard Ezel, and 2 reprinted King of Knights Alfred. Yes, I know the reprint looks not the best, but hey,
understatement.
He's cheap. He's like 10 cents. Like, come on now, can't argue. Anyways, King of Knights Vanguard Ezel skill. Oh, by the way, these guys do Legion with each other, which produces amazing results. Ezel's skill, Legion 21,000 with King of Knights Alfred. Soul Blast 2, choose a card from my hand with the same card as the unit on my Vanguard circle. So if I have him on there and he's Legion with Alfred like so, I can discard a copy of either of these two guys and Soul Blast 2 in order to pretty much fill my entire field. If this unit is in Legion, search my deck for up to 1 Grade 2, Grade 1, and Grade 0 card, call them to separate rear guards, and shuffle my deck. So that can give me Grawl, Junos, and Encourage Angel on the field just like that. And then with Encourage Angel skill, oh, by the way, Axe Grawl and Junos would fire off. Encourage Angel could return to the deck because she is the stand trigger. And boom. 3,000 to 2 different units, yeah. Anyways. And if this unit is in Legion, my units cannot boost it. So, yeah. On a King of Knights Alfred, old card, still great. From Vanguard, units cannot boost it. During my turn, it gets plus 2,000 for each of my Royal Paladin rear guards on Vanguard circle, so which turns this little Legion into a big Legion, because if I have a full field, it turns it into an instant 31k attack, which is a basic stride attack, but I'm in Legion, so it's constant. Every turn. 31,000 power. Oh yeah. And Counterblast 3 from Vanguard or Rearguard, I can search my deck for up to 1 Grade 2 or less Royal Paladin, call it to Rearguard, and shuffle my deck. So right there, giving me field and amazing power at the same time. I love this combo. Okay, that's 8 Grade 3s. On to my stride units. To start things off, I run 2 Great Sage of Contradiction Giron, if you can hear Mac releasing his bowels in the background. I am so sorry.
That's fine.
2 Great Sage of Contradiction Giron. 15,000 power stride unit. When this unit is strode, choose 1 card from my hand, call it to rear guard. Since that is in effect, get this, Junos and Axe Grawl activate just like that. And choose any one of my units to gain plus 5,000 power. Also, side note, that's choose up to 1 card from my hand, so I can choose not to call any units from my hand and just give 5,000 power to a unit of my choice. However, at that point, Grawl and Junos will not activate. Our 2 Rain Element Madu, which I so graciously accepted from Mac to do for this profile. Awesome skill which combos with the Ezel and Alfred Legion with this effect. When this unit is placed on Vanguard, if I have a heart card with original 10,000 power or less, I can choose a Grade 3 card from my drop zone and put it into my hand. So, for example, say during a turn I have the Legion. This way. I have the Legion. I Legion them, blah blah blah, doing my Legion stuff. Next turn, start on a Madu. If I had dropped an Alfred or an Ezel to stride onto Madu, I can choose any one of these and add it right back to my hand. Just like that. Boom, next turn I can stride again into Madu. Do it again. And that just keeps my hand just in case, you know, I'm going to call a Grade 3. Shoot from hand, I can call that Grade 3. Or use it for a perfect guard drop or anything just like that.
Or you can use it for Ezel's and Alfred's.
Or, exactly.
Skill.
Boom. Thank you, Mac. I totally forgot about that because I am a horrible human being. I can drop during my next turn, once my stride goes away, obviously as they do at the end of the turn. That one too. I drop the Ezel or the Alfred, fire off Ezel's skill, filling up my whole field. Say you run Kagero because you're like that. And I don't like you. Just kidding. Say you do that and you kill my whole field, then guess what? I get it right back. Okay. My next strides are... I'm gonna... yeah. This thing is end all. Jesus, okay. Transmigratory Dragon, Holy Squire Dragon. I love this guy. Literally, I would marry him if I could, and if that was legal to marry a dragon, then I would do it. Even though he'd be there for like 1 day, because he's a stripe. Hashtag rip. Anyways, Transmigratory Dragon, Holy Squire Dragon's amazing, awesome skill
Hold on for 1 second.
Gotta love Wendy's. Okay. Once per turn, choose a face-down card named Transmigratory Dragon, Holy Squire Dragon from my G-Zone, and turn it face up. If I have a heart card with Alfred in its card name, which I will, unlock all of my locked cards, because no one cares about Link Joker, and until end of turn, this unit gets, all of my rearguards get plus 2,000, on top of which, if I am at Generation Break 3, which means I can stride into Madu, and then stride into him, and then unflip a copy of him, that's 3. Sorry. He gains plus 3,000 for each of my rearguards. If I have a full field, which I most likely will at that point, that's plus 15 right there. Boom. Bada bing. Crack, snap, crackle, pop. Rice Krispie Treats. Hashtag not sponsored. Just love Rice Krispie Treats. Anyways. Amazing, amazing card. Absolutely nullifies the effects of Link Joker. And just get your whole field right back up to it, because everyone knows Royal Paladin has a weak spot towards Link Joker because they take your field away. And what does Royal Paladin rely on? Your field. And last but most definitely not least, freaking Holy Dragon, Saint Below Dragon. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He gains plus 3,000. Oh, well, let me rewind. Sorry. Stride onto him. His skill is choose a face down card named Holy Squire Dragon, Saint Below Dragon from my G-Zone and turn it face up. This unit gains plus 3,000 for each of my rear guards until end of turn. Then, if the number of face up cards in my G-Zone is 2 or more, and the number of rear guards I have is 2 or more, not that hard to do, this unit gains plus 1 critical until end of turn. I can only use that once per turn. Still, that's, say I start him onto an 11k, it's 26 plus a 15, that's 41, twin crit by himself. You cannot go wrong with 41,000 in twin critical. Triple drive. Attack. You just can't go, you can't go wrong with it. You just can't. Can you go wrong with it? You can't.
You can't go wrong with it.
Okay. I have no idea how long this video has lasted. Can you check that for me, please?
No, I can't because we split it up.
That is right. We're horrible human beings.
I'm assuming it's around 20 minutes.
20 minutes, so I should cut it?
Yeah.
Well, thank you for watching, everybody. That is my Alfred archetype deck
Why did
build.
you do that 3 times?
I totally forgot what I was doing and where I was because I'm a horrible human being. Okay, that is my Alfred archetype Royal Paladin deck build. You heard it here from Team Cardfight United. Once again, I'm Chief, signing out. Thank you for joining with us today.
And remember,
have an awesome day. And remember,
meta is disgusting.
hold it. No, it's not.